In a quiet town behind the walls of a trusted hospital, a series of unimaginable tragedies unfolded. 7 infants, fragile and innocent, lost under mysterious circumstances. Was it a series of unfortunate coincidences? A catastrophic failure within the system? Or was there a darker force at play? A trusted caregiver found herself at the center of a harrowing investigation, challenging the very foundations of trust in our healthcare system. Negligence or malice? The tragic tale of 7 infant deaths. Tonight, we delve into a case that shook a community and challenged our trust in those sworn to heal. Join me as we examine the evidence, follow the clues, and seek the truth hidden beneath layers of deception. Are you ready to uncover the secrets that lie within? It all began quietly. An unexpected loss here, a sudden complication there. Hospitals are places where life hangs in delicate balance, especially in units caring for the tiniest of patients. Yet, over the span of a single year, the Countess of Chester Hospital witnessed an alarming rise in infant mortalities. Consider this. Between June 2015 and June 2016, the neonatal unit experienced a significant increase in unexpected infant deaths, far exceeding statistical norms. What could explain this anomaly? Initial reviews found no clear medical explanations. Equipment was functioning correctly, protocols were followed diligently, and the staff was experienced and dedicated. But as the incidents continued, whispers of doubt began to surface. If all standard explanations fail, where should we turn our scrutiny next? When faced with uncertainty, patterns can illuminate the path forward. I compiled data on each incident: dates, times, staff on duty, medical conditions. A curious pattern emerged. The unexpected events frequently occur during the shifts of one nurse, but correlation does not equal causation. This nurse was known for dedication and compassion, a professional who had devoted a career to caring for premature infants. Could there be an alternative explanation? Perhaps this nurse was assigned to the most critical cases due to expertise, or maybe present during these unfortunate events by chance. Before jumping to conclusions, we must gather more evidence. What would you examine next to either support or refute this emerging pattern? Medical records are a treasure trove of information. Upon reviewing the charts, I noticed that several infants who collapsed had unusually high levels of insulin in their blood, along with unexpected air presence in their circulatory systems. An insulin overdose in non-diabetic infants is highly irregular. Similarly, air embolisms can be fatal, but are preventable with proper care. Suppose we have someone with access to medications and the opportunity to administer them discreetly. The circle of potential suspects narrows considerably. But we must tread carefully. Accusations require substantial proof. How can we definitively determine if these anomalies are the result of deliberate actions? To gain clarity, covert surveillance measures were discreetly implemented. Additional senior staff were assigned to shifts, and security protocols were enhanced. An interesting pattern emerged. During periods when this particular nurse was off duty, the incidents ceased. When the nurse returned, they resumed. Is this mere coincidence? Statistical analysis suggested otherwise. The probability of this pattern occurring by chance was exceedingly low. Yet, direct evidence remained elusive. We needed irrefutable proof. What methods would you employ to obtain concrete evidence in such a delicate and sensitive environment? While examining personal lockers with appropriate authorization, we discovered a diary. Within its pages were entries that caught our attention. I don't deserve to be here. I feel responsible for what has happened. These words are heavy with implication, but context is essential. Could these be the anguished reflections of someone overwhelmed by guilt over circumstances beyond their control? Alternatively, could this be a confession? Personal writings can be therapeutic expressions not intended to be taken literally. How much weight should we place on such evidence? To interpret the medical anomalies, I consulted leading neonatologists. They confirmed that the insulin levels found in the infants could not be explained by natural causes or medical error. A forensic document examiner analyzed the diary entries, noting that the language and handwriting indicated genuine expressions of inner turmoil rather than fabrication. Psychological profiling suggested that a healthcare professional involved in such acts might exhibit certain behaviors, being present during emergencies, showing unusual interest in the aftermath, or seeking attention. Do these insights align with what we know about the nurse's behavior? This information brought us closer to the truth, but we still needed definitive proof. With mounting evidence, the decision was made to present our findings to law enforcement. During questioning, the nurse denied any wrongdoing, maintaining innocence. However, inconsistencies in statements began to surface. The nurse recalled specific details about incidents that should not have been known unless directly involved. Now we face a pivotal moment. The evidence is compelling, but largely circumstantial. Is it sufficient for prosecution, or do we risk accusing an innocent person? What would you conclude at this juncture? The case proceeded to trial, capturing the nation's attention. The prosecution presented a meticulous timeline, expert testimonies, and the poignant diary entries. The defense argued that the nurse was a dedicated professional, a victim of institutional failure and scapegoating. They suggested that systemic issues within the hospital were to blame. Witnesses testified. Some spoke of professionalism and kindness, while others recounted unsettling observations. The jury was tasked with a grave responsibility: to determine guilt beyond reasonable doubt based on the evidence presented. In the face of conflicting narratives, where does the truth lie? The jury reached a verdict: guilty on all counts. The nurse was sentenced to life imprisonment, a rare and severe punishment reflecting the heinous nature of the crimes. Justice, in a legal sense, was served. Yet this outcome leaves us with profound questions. How did a trusted caregiver become the perpetrator of such unimaginable acts? Were there warning signs that were overlooked? What systemic failures allowed this to happen, and how can they be prevented in the future? In unraveling this tragic tale, we uncovered not only the actions of one individual, but also vulnerabilities within a system designed to protect the most vulnerable among us. What lessons should we, as a society, take from this tragedy? Every case leaves its mark, not just on those directly involved, but on all of us who seek understanding in the face of darkness. Negligence or malice, the tragic tale of 7 infant deaths serves as a somber reminder of the fragility of trust and the importance of vigilance. We must strive to foster environments where concerns can be raised without fear, where accountability is paramount, and where the sanctity of care is upheld above all else. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May we remain ever watchful, ever questioning, and ever committed to seeking the truth. Until next time, stay curious and stay vigilant. If you've been affected by any of the issues discussed in this program, please consider reaching out to a professional for support. Let us honor the memories of those lost by working towards a safer, more compassionate world.